Okay, so I don't know whether this is going to start automatically, whether I have to click start stream. Oh, I think maybe not. Oh, yep, no, that is working. Okay, hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. This is different, isn't it? I haven't done this in a while. I hope you're all doing alright. I decided to do this rather sporadically. I say rather sporadically. I was planning on doing it for a little while. I'll wait for a few more people to pile in. It's been a while since I've done a live, so apologies if it shocked anyone or if anyone's busy. I mean, it is Easter, at least in the UK. It's the Easter holidays, so hopefully, you know, the turnout for this isn't too bad. You know, I like to sort of stream in the afternoon, and you may notice as well that I'm joined by a very special new feature. My beloved Cyberman Head, who doesn't have a name yet. I only got him yesterday. He is already the love of my life. He is everything to me. I hope you all like him. As you can see, he's watching the stream intently, and if you don't like the stream, he's probably gonna convert you all. I'm just saying that now. You know, he's very temperamental around people. Hello, Nathan DC Cheese, Adzenko. How you all doing? Okay, let's go. Let's go. You know what? I'm going to start putting the vibing music on. I'm going to see if this is too loud. You're going to have to tell me if this is too loud or a good volume. Ready?
I'm a doctor.
Welcome to the stream.
Coming to find you.
Boom.
I'll never stop.
Is that too loud? Is that too much? No? We good? Someone comment what the volume is like. Good, bad? Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done this in a while. I'm a bit out of practice for a live stream. You haven't already been able to tell by my rather lackluster, tiny bit lower. Okay, hang on. How's that? How's that? We good? Maybe a tad loud. Okay, tad bit loud. Okay, hopefully that's better. Yeah, hopefully that's better. Okay, good. Okay, as someone said perfect, someone else said bit loud. I'm just here vibing to the music. Appreciate that. Perfect now. Okay. I'm gonna go by the majority. The majority saying it's good. We're gonna go with that. Alright. Do me a favor, like the stream, if you haven't already. But yeah, as I mentioned, I have a Cyberman head now. And he's beautiful. He's everything to me. I tell you what, obviously, you know, like with all of these, I guess, super chats or whatever you want to use, whatever you want to call them, are available for this stream. So here's what we'll do, right? Obviously, a few more people are packing in now. Here's what we'll do. Whoever donates the most money by the end of the stream gets to name the Cyberman head. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. I mean, yeah. You don't have to, obviously, but might be a fun competition to see what this guy's name is. I asked for a few suggestions on Twitter for the other day, and most people just said Handles. And, you know, I like Handles. Handles is a good character. You all know me, I'm a bit of a Matt Smith fan, so I like Handles quite a bit, but it's just a bit basic, isn't it? You know, all Cybermen heads that people get are called Handles, you know. We need something a bit more risque and obscure for my Cyberman head. Yeah, I know people said Handles, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like that's too generic, you know what I mean? I feel like we need to branch out possibilities of Cyberman head names, which apparently is a thing that exists. Handles Jr. Thing is, given his design, because he's an Earthshock one, he kind of looks more like a Handles Senior than anything else. But yeah, so we'll see what people come up with. Call it Melville, or Melville. You know what? I'm not keen on that, super keen. You know, but it's your choice. If you know, whoever donates the most, I'll make that the name. You know, at the moment, all you need to do is donate anything to be able to get the most. But anyway, yeah, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be getting into news items in just a second. Before we do, yeah, let's see how everyone's doing. Cyberbob, Croton even. Calling a Cyberman Croton feels like cultural appropriation, right? Like, I feel like the Crotons would be a bit peeved off with me. Have you started playing Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga? No, I haven't. I want to. I did get Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 in the Switch sale, so I plan on playing that at some point. I still haven't had a chance. But we plan on that at some point. But no, I haven't, but I will. Call it Chibnall. Well, that's topical. I don't know whether I want Chibnall's head on my desk. You know, that feels a bit weird. You know, I feel like YouTube are going to take me down for that. It's really cool. I've heard good things. Mr. TARDIS should be here. He likes naming Cybermen. I know. Everyone spam him onto... No, don't do that. Don't do that. Imagine a fully fleshed out Lego Doctor Who game. Oh, man. That's the dream. That right there is the dream. But yeah, welcome to this. I'm again, so I'm a bit out of practice, so I'm just sort of vibing with the chat. I hope you like the music. I feel like it gives it a bit of the stream a bit of a rhythm, I think. I'm gonna do some vibing, do some of this, yeah. I quite like it. I found this actually because Crispy Pro did a stream the other day, and he had a playlist of lo-fi Doctor Who music, and he was using not the Rose theme, the Amy theme lo-fi version, and I found this kind of 80s bop sort of Doctor Who vibe music, and I thought, if I ever stream, this is quite cool. Quite a low-key, chill vibe. Tom Baker or David Tennant? Tom Baker, probably. Oh, I don't know. It's been a while since I ranked Doctors. I'm gonna have to do it again. And then again, maybe Tennant. Call him Sir Harold. Oh, we got our first super chat. £2. Call him Sir Harold. Okay, Sir Harold. Oop, sorry, microphone. Sir Harold is our most, donated answer at the moment. So if there's no more donations by the end of the stream, that is what we will refer to him as. If there's any higher streams, any higher super chats, they will become the #1 contender for the name. That's how we'll do it. We'll do it like an auction, you know. But I'm not auctioning off him himself because he's very precious to me. And if anyone ever came at him, I would kill them. Hello, more crews. Let's have a look, see who's in chat. Let's have a look. Let's have a read of chat. So we got Adzinko, Cheese, Nathan DC, Swirly Bird, Lay Shepherd, Luke Bichel, Bent, Mr. Hollis 1989, Kirsten Richardson, the Emperor Dalek, Dr. Fuas, Fauci on YouTube. I'm probably saying that wrong, and I apologise. Kitson Richardson, more crews, Hilson. How are you all doing? I'm doing pretty good. Shall we get into some news? What are we thinking? You ready to get into the news? Or do you want to just hear me vibe a bit more? I'll be honest, you know, I was planning on doing a full video today, but I was like, you know what? I'm not really in the mood to be like all serious, well not serious, but you know, all my professionalness in a video. So I decided, you know what, we'll do a live stream. It'll be a bit more low-key, a bit more chill. I hope I don't get claimed for this. I shouldn't, because it's like remix. I should be fine. BBC, if you do, I swear to God, I will kill you. I'm going to set my Cyberman head on you, and don't think I won't. He's ready to kill. Excited to hear your thoughts on the recent news. Yeah, to be honest, I've put out some thoughts on Twitter, but I'm interested to read the articles myself, because I've read some of them, but I haven't read some of them fully. So I'd be interested to see how I feel about it, because I wasn't expecting him to start giving stuff away this soon, in terms of like, you know, sort of reflecting on his era, if you like, because, you know, he's kind of, ever since he's sort of gone off the clock, as it were, he's kind of just been releasing a bunch of stuff about his era and his tenure, and it's genuinely really interesting. I actually put on Twitter earlier, I'll see if I can get it up. Where is it? It was here, I think. Hopefully this works. Oh, Can you guys see my Twitter? Should be able to now. Yep, that should look good. Okay. Oh, look at how beautiful he is. No, that's not what we're looking at today. We're looking at. I was just going to bring up this. I was going to say I really would like a Moffat-style interview, because back at the end of his era when he was leaving, we got basically a 3-part interview series going over some of the trials and tribulations of making his era, and I'd love to see. And it was released on the Doctor Who YouTube channel, and I'd love to see something similar for Chibnall, because, you know, I'm not the biggest Chibnall fan, as some of you all may know, but I would genuinely be curious to hear more about his methodology and his processes behind writing Doctor Who, as well as just, you know, some of the more behind-the-scenes stuff that we aren't necessarily privy to, because as the recent news has, I guess, stated or shown, you know, I think there's a lot more to the production. I mean, there is for every production. There's more to every production than we as the public will ever be privy to. But what I hope is that, you know, over time, more of those details will get revealed, because I find them genuinely pretty interesting. But yeah, did anyone else find it weird that Stephen Moffat and Chibnall go to direct Doctor Who after they were in the Doctor Who fan club? Weird, Moffat directed BBC Can't Really Kiss about that. Yeah, I think it's just a case of, like, you know, because they were, like, you know, people who already worked in the industry and fans, it just sort of made sense for them to work on it. Agreed. I rip Chibs as a writer, but he's been up against it production-wise. Absolutely. You know, over time, and we'll get more into this as the stream progresses, I guess, I've genuinely started to feel quite sorry for the guy, because realistically, he has had, in terms of time periods, one of the most difficult times to be showrunner. You know, I don't think anyone would voluntarily pick, you know, the pandemic to be the time that you run Doctor Who, and I don't think, you know, it's not something he signed up for, it's just something that happened, you know, around the time he was showrunner. But yeah, let's get into some of the news. Starting off with one of the smaller news items first. I gotta build you up. I gotta build up a bit of tension. As I mentioned earlier in the stream, now there are a few more people in here. We're having a donation competition to decide what the name of my Cyberman head's gonna be. So far, the most donated name is Call Him Sir Harold. Well, just Sir Harold with £2. So let's see if that's his name by the end, or whether there's any other suggestions. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty good, but yes, let's get into the first news item. So, B&M stores have teased some new Doctor Who figures. In response to someone suggesting Doctor Who stuff being added to B&M soon, they responded, well, if you're asking, yes, we do have new figures coming out soon, maybe even July. And there was this supposed, I guess, leak of what the figures actually are. At least the first wave, you know, that's apparently July. So it says here, B&M 2022 Doctor Who sets. Please note B&M are okay with this information being out there. We have checked with them. No specifics on content as always. Dates and set names are fluid. Listed for release in 2022. First wave in July apparently includes the 8th Doctor 3-figure set, a 10th Doctor 3-figure set, and Dalek packs, presumably History of the Daleks. So first of all, what's really cool about this is we're getting some more new series figures. I've always said, you know, we should have some more new series ones. As someone who predominantly grew up on the new series. Oh, thank you, Renegade Studios, for the £1. I was just saying, as someone who's grown up more on the new series than the classic series, you know, I always like seeing some more new series stuff, because I love the classic Who stuff as well, as you can tell behind me, but, you know, as someone who's kind of, I guess, probably identifies more, has more of a personal connection to the modern stuff, you know, having a 10th Doctor pack is quite cool. What they'll do for the 10th Doctor pack, I'm not sure. I feel like, honestly, the 10th Doctor era is one of the better represented in figure form. So leave your guesses for a 10th Doctor figure set in the chat. Same goes for the 8th Doctor. I mean, I'm assuming when they say Eighth Doctor, they're probably going to be referring to some Big Finish themed sets akin to that. What was that? The Blue Dalek and the Big Finish Eighth Doctor that they did a while back. And again, the history of the Dalek could be anything. My money would probably be on like a 70s, like Tom Baker era Dalek, because I suppose the last few, we've had a few Pertwee ones and then a lot of 60s ones, so my guess would be maybe some Tom Baker ones. I could be wrong there. Maybe a re-release of, you know, the Destiny ones with the little grenades on them. Maybe those. I'm probably completely wrong. That's just a guess. And then the second wave is apparently, which doesn't have a date, is 9th Doctor 3-figure set, 13th Doctor 3-figure set, Davros and Daleks set. Don't know what that could be. First Doctor electronic TARDIS set. I swear they already did that. In fact, I have one up there. So unless it's like another re-release of that, then I'm curious to see what that is. Dalek packs, presumably history of the Daleks, and apparently the sets are now $21.99. The electronic TARDIS is listed $32.99. I do wonder what the difference is between that and the one that they just released. I'm assuming it's got more electric things because they've specified electronic. 13th Doctor figure-wise, I think that's the most interesting, because 9th Doctor could be anything. My guess would be... I'm genuinely not too sure, actually. Maybe... I'd love to see like a... I think they probably did do one, but like a Dalek Emperor. Maybe re-release that from Bad Wolf Parting of the Ways. But... yeah, in terms of 13th Doctor, I think that's the most interesting, because we haven't really had a lot from that era at all, really. My money would probably be, because they might want to tie it into the centenary if it's coming out later in the year, my money would be on a Statue Dewan Master, a Ruth Doctor, and a 13th Doctor. Possibly in their black, inverted, navy coat from Once Upon a Time and The Vanquishers. That would be my guess for that.
I will never ever stop.
Davros and Daleks, no idea. Possibly. What would be a good one that they haven't done? I'm not sure what would be a good one for that. Because they did Magician's Apprentice with Davros and 12. So maybe like an 80s themed Davros and Dalek set. Maybe they'd do a Revelation type set with the Davros head spinny thing. That's probably too expensive, and I'm probably being too ambitious for character options, but you know, that's just my guess. But yeah, so that's a cool bit of news. Nice to know we're getting some figures soon. That's a smaller piece of news that I feel like is probably going to go under the radar amidst all of the Chibnall stuff that's going on. So yeah, that's cool. What do you guys think about new Doctor Who figures? Let's check the chat. Does this confirm that they... does this confirm that they haven't lost the rights for the modern era? Yeah, I would suspect so. Yeah, that was always speculated anyway, like that was never confirmed. Howdy from the Pennyland crew. Oh wow, you're not that far away from me, Pennyland. Pennyland's probably the better way to say that. I don't know why I said Pennyland, like it's a bad penny. That's not what I meant. Howdy Theris, howdy Crispy, g'day. Sorry, is that wrong for me to say that? Probably. I just did. No, I'm joking. I also feel kind of bad for the actors, particularly Jodie, as of the face of the current era. Yeah, I do as well. We'll get into that in a sec, actually. Or, I know what we should talk about first, because I haven't talked about this yet. So guys, we're gonna, to the shock of everyone, stop the music. I'm sorry, I don't like it either. It feels empty with it not being here anymore. But we're stopping the music for a second. I'm sorry, but g'day is the only way we greet each other in Aussie land. Yeah, in the UK we just say, "You're right, dickhead." That's how we introduce each other. You know what? If you don't introduce each other like that, frankly, what's wrong with you? But we have actually had a new little Doctor Who project being announced. I didn't do a full video on this because, well, there wasn't much to say, but they announced a new audio series podcast thing called Doctor Who Redacted. Let me get it up on screen. Doctor Who Redacted, which you can see here. It stars Jodie Whittaker, Craig Craggs. Is that the correct spelling? Okay, I'll just read out the whole thing. Someone's trying to break through. In episode 0 of Doctor Who Redacted, a mysterious woman calling herself the Doctor is trying and failing to contact Earth. Her friends are disappearing, being redacted from reality. And if you remember her, then it's going to get you too. Charlie Craggs, sorry. Lewis Chibnall. I'm gonna butcher these names, and I'm so sorry. And Holly Quinn Ancra, and our Cleo, Abby, and Sauna, 3 best friends from university dropouts who make a truly terrible conspiracy podcast together. Their favourite conspiracy, it's the one random blue box, actually an alien spaceship. Actually an alien spaceship? Obviously not, right? Ooh. Obviously it is. As we know, because the TARDIS is real. Cleo Proctor got kicked out at 16 when she came out as trans to her mum. Now she's living with her brother, saving up for surgery and working front of house at the Queen Vic Theatre. A class clown who never takes anything seriously. Cleo's big heart gets her in no end of trouble. Abby McPhail is a full-time career for her mum in Glasgow. She wants to do something amazing and leave her mark on the world. But her mum needs her and she can't leave home. Brilliant, driven, ambitious, and intelligent, Abby is the research powerhouse behind the girls' investigations. Shauna Thompson is the only woman in the computing course at the college in Sheffield. Shauna doesn't believe in aliens and magic, but she does the podcast because Abby asked her to. Fiercely protective, loyal, endlessly exasperated, Shauna tries to keep Cleo and Abby out of trouble. Okay, so that's the basic premise. Let's listen to the teaser, shall we? Hopefully this is loud enough.
BBC Sounds, music, radio, podcasts.
I hope I don't get claimed for this. I know the BBC have a bit of a field day, but it's BBC Sounds, so.
Hear me. Planet Earth. Is this getting through? Something is coming. Something is coming for you. My name is the Doctor. You might not remember me.
It's very reminiscent of initially. It's very reminiscent of the Flux trailers when she's breaking through to people trying to be like, oh, can you hear me? Da, 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 da. It's very similar to that initially.
I need you to listen to me. You're in danger. Big, serious, end of the world type danger. And normally, I drop right in to help you with that.
Ooh, the little
Something's
music
stopping
cue
me
in the
from
back.
getting through. I don't know much yet. I'm still figuring it out. But you're forgetting me. You're forgetting us, me and my friends, and everyone who's ever helped me. It's like they're disappearing. No, worse than that. They're being erased from existence.
Ooh,
Redacted from reality.
interesting.
And if you're listening to this, and you know who I am, then it's coming for you too. So please, listen. I know it's weird. I know it's scary. I know it seems impossible. But sometimes you have to step up and do the weird, scary, impossible thing.
I can't
because
step,
someone
Doctor.
has
It's
to.
it's a big issue for me.
Remember the Doctor.
Doctor Who Redacted.
There you go. There's the teaser for Doctor Who Redacted. Very interesting stuff. Good to see you again, Thazza. Thank you. Sorry, was I holding on that for too long? Sorry about that. But yeah, very interesting little teaser for that. I'll be interested to see where it goes. It's 10 parts. I believe it starts same day as Legends of Sea Devils comes out in... When is it? Legends? 17th of April. There we go. Easter Sunday. So I'll give those a listen when they come out. It's nice to hear Jodie doing some audios. Hopefully, you know, this is a sign for Big Finish in the future. That would be nice. But yeah, feels weird that she's already doing like spin-off stuff and talking about returning to the role after like leaving, but she's technically not left for us, but she's finished filming. It's all bonkers, but we'll start the music back up again. Get the vibes back up. Let's go. Alright. Next thing. So, starting off again with some of the Chibnall news, because that's what you'll want, right? You want some Chibnall news. You want some Chibnall news from me. We're going to start off with this. So, a basically, the Radio Times have been interviewing Chibnall, I think it's the Radio Times, and various little details have been revealed about his tenure, including, this is coming from William here because I can't find the original article, Chris Chibnall on why Jodie as Dr. 13. Jodie is one of the greatest actors of her generation, but I thought the parts she'd taken didn't necessarily demonstrate her energy and physicality, her humour, and her clown-like qualities. In her audition, she was the Doctor straight away. So, interesting little insight there into what Chris Chibnall looked for in a Doctor and why he chose Jodie. Obviously, I think a lot of people, have always wonder, like, what was the reason behind picking them specifically. So it's interesting to hear some more insight into that. Like, I find the casting process to be a really interesting one. If you look back to, any Doctor, I'm sure there's a story to them. Obviously, probably the most interesting is probably Tom Baker. How, when he was cast as the Doctor, he was working on a building site, and the day it got announced, all his working mates just stared at him, and he left his job shortly after. But yeah, a really interesting little dive there, and then we carry on to say, Chris Chibnall has teased Jodie's 3-season-long arc will be wrapped up in a really huge, fun, actiony, mad, heartbreaking way later this year. He also teases a celebration of the BBC broadcaster within the special, with lots of Easter eggs and kisses to the BBC's past. Now, as Ghost Monument says here, kisses, I think people are going to read into that as a Tasman thing. I don't think that's what he means. I think it's just referencing the corporation. Although, having said that, Tasman is almost certainly going to feature in the centenary to some capacity. But heartbreaking is very interesting as well. I think this might seem callous on my behalf, and I apologise, but I think one thing that this era needs, in my opinion, is a major character death. We haven't had one. Technically, the last time we had a proper death, because you can't even really count Bill Potts, because she got revived by Puddle Woman, and Clara kind of had it suspended for eternity. So, the last proper death, I genuinely don't know. I honestly think we need a companion death, and that's not me saying because I hate the characters. I just think we haven't had, Jericho. But can you count Jericho as a companion though? Like, he is, but also, in terms of like the main ones, we haven't really had a main companion death for a long time. People, when I've suggested companion deaths before, people have said to me, oh, but we have them all the time. If you look at it, we really have, especially in the revival. What was the last proper... I guess maybe like Danny Pink. Yeah, Danny Pink was probably the last one. A bit morbid, perhaps, but the thing is, this is the thing. Chibnall wrote Broadchurch. He likes doing crime drama-y things. I think it would feel weird for there not to be a companion death in his era. I guess you could say Grace, but we knew her for such little time that it's like, it doesn't really have as much of an impact as like someone you've known for like multiple series dying, I guess. Tharies, are you saying you want John Bishop to explode? Well, now that you meant, no, I don't. I don't want John Bishop to explode. Yeah, we need a companion death. Poor Danny makes it memorable. Yeah, exactly, I agree. I think Kisses to the Past is what Kisses to the Past is what Quantum Leap's writer called it when Sam randomly ran into some historical figures that were famous. Quantum Leap Doctor Who crossover confirmed. Perhaps. At this point, I really wouldn't be surprised. Chibnall is a mad man. But, we'll have to wait and see on what he does. But, I guess, we should get into some of the big Chibnall stuff, the big meaty Chibnall details of Chibnall Doctor Who. How many times can you say Chibnall in one sentence? I'm going to go again, Chris Chibnall, there we go. But yeah, as some of you may not know, I'll mention it again because, every now and again we'll have a few more people coming in. We're having a competition to see what name this Cyberman head will have, and whoever donates the most, that is what the name of my Cyberman head will be. The most high donation at the moment is a £2 donation for Sir Harold. So far his name is Sir Harold, but if you want to change that, donate, and we'll see where we go from there. But let's get into some of the Chibnall stuff, shall we? Let's just vibe to the music a bit, there we go. So that's the wrong button. I probably should change my my keys. I didn't even think about that before, but I probably should. But Chris Chibnall expects Russell T Davies to ignore his changes to Doctor Who. Interesting already. Now, off the bat, I want to say people had interesting reactions to this, and I understand why. You know, it's obviously it's a interesting time we're in. You know, we're changing between showrunners, but I will say, showrunners ignoring what the predecessors did is kind of par for the course with New Doctor Who. Going back to the jump between RTD and Moffat, one of the first things Moffat did was, you know, kind of erase multiple RTD events from the timeline, you know, via the cracks in time in Series 5. And the Big Bang obviously resets the timeline and stuff. And then, you know, in Day of the Doctor, he restores Gallifrey after RTD did the arc of the Doctor getting over the fact that it was gone. And then, you know, Chibnall, he brought it back again. And he kind of, you know, went back on the development of Missy in some ways. The Master kind of goes back to being evil. And I'm not even saying those changes are inherently good or bad. What I am saying, though, is that it's kind of par for the course for showrunners to make them when they take over. Like, it's not a new thing. Like, I think people are going to use this article to say, well, obviously he's going to get rid of the Timeless Child. I don't even think this is what this means. It's just that showrunners tend to just do new things when they take over. But someone has said, you've got to get in there and say what you want to do with the show. The outgoing showrunner tells Radio Times. Outgoing Doctor Who showrunner Chris Chibnall has almost finished. I'm going to turn down the music just a little bit. Hang on. You guys can hear it fine, but I'm just going to turn it down a little bit for me. Oh, that's a bit too low. There we are. Let me go back. Outgoing showrunner Chris Chibnall has almost finished with the BBC Sci-Fi series, with just this week's Easter Sunday special and the centenary episode this autumn to go before he hands over the TARDIS keys alongside Jodie Whittaker. And Chibnall was in a reflective mood when we recently caught up with him at the Radio Times, looking back on his time making the show, as well as the controversial changes he made to Doctor Who lore, including a new backstory for Jodie Whittaker's Time Lord. You're not carrying a vase across a room. You've got to get in there and say what you want about the show, the character, and the world, Chibnall says in the new edition of the Radio Times in an exclusive extended interview. It's one of the few dramas without a written Bible, and every era contains contradiction or left turn from what's done before. Any future showrunner will ignore or run with it. Of course, we know the next showrunner taking over is none other than former series boss Russell T Davies, and Chibnall has said he already knows which way the wind is blowing. Oh, I fully expect Russell to ignore it, he laughs. More generally, Chibnall heaps praise on Davies for returning to steer the Doctor Who ship once more, over a decade after he originally stepped back from showrunning duties. Everybody should have a big smile on their face, he says. Russell is one of the elite showrunners, and Who is very lucky to have him. Off the back of It's a Sin, one of the greatest shows of all time. For him to have incredible ideas and passion for it, to want to go forward again and make it, that's fab. Nobody has a greater love for Doctor Who. His advice for his predecessor/successor, the same as he gave me, enjoy it. I've absolutely loved it. It's such a privilege. Few people have done it. And you're one of the people standing in the footsteps of those people across 60 years now. Just don't ask him whether he'll do an RTD-style comeback one day, which we'll get into in a second. But yeah, I largely agree with what Chibnall's basic message is here. I think, you know, I think he is right in the sense of it's not a vase, you know, it's not something you're obligated to keep intact. I think you can change it about, you know, you're fully entitled to disagree with the changes. I'm not a big fan of the Timeless Child myself, but at the end of the day, I will always advocate for creatives having full control over what they want to do with their shows, because I think when you're the current custodian of Doctor Who, you should have full creative control to do whatever you want, in my opinion. Anyway, so I agree with the sentiment, and you know, I hope that with this, obviously, like, he doesn't, you know, feel that I guess yeah, I guess I'm just saying I hope that he feels like at peace with it all, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like it would make more sense for the Master to be the Timeless Child. Yeah, I don't disagree. Have we talked about the figure leak yet? Yes, we have. We did that about, I think, maybe about 20 minutes ago. But yes, we did. Oh, we've just hit 100 views. That's nice. Thank you. Moving on to the next Chibnall interview piece then. Chibnall says he's done with Doctor Who. Absolutely never again. Don't expect Chibnall to follow in Russell T Davies's footsteps. It's soon to be the end of an era for Doctor Who showrunner, as showrunner Chris Chibnall and his Doctor Jodie Whittaker leave the show. Chibnall is to be replaced by Russell T Davies, who returns to the show after previously stewarding it through its revival from 2005 to 2010. Hang on, have I got the thing up? I think I have. Ooh. Now I have. Davies' return has, of course, got people asking who else could return in the future, but in an interview in this week's Radio Times magazine, Chibnall has made a position on a potential comeback for himself very clear. He said, absolutely never again, clear red line, final script. I never expected to come back after working with Stephen Moffat. Really, I'd turned it down a couple of times after that. Interesting thing to note there. I think a lot of people forget that he didn't initially want the job. It was basically Moffat being like, look, we haven't got anyone else. And he sort of took him out for a drink and he was like, can you do it? So, yeah, like, I know a lot of people saying, oh, well, Russell said he'd never come back. But I think when Chibnall says clear red line, final script, I think he's being very, very deliberate and saying, no, I'm not doing a Russell T Davies. This will be it. And you know what? Fair enough. He's expressed before, and he says it a little bit later on in the article, which we'll get to. He wants to spend more time with his family. He wants to be more involved with his kids. And you know what? Fully respect that. Like, that is what life is about. Being with family, being with, you know, people you love and care about. That's ultimately what's important above anything else. I never expected to go back. Oh, yep, I read that. I never thought I'd be offered the job and build. I never thought I'd be offered the job and built into that is why I wanted to keep a very specific 3-series thing. Supervising teenagers revision is taking up my time now, and there's lots of things to write. I will happily sit back and watch. For all it's been gorgeous all along, now it's like, oh, I remember this. This is what real life is like. Chibnall spoke to Radio Times magazine with his penultimate episode, Legend of the Sea Devil, set to air on Sunday. In the interview, Chibnall also shared what former showrunner Stephen Moffat said to him before he left. Stephen told me, I miss the work, but I don't miss the workload. That's where I'm heading towards. Chibnall's time on the show is set to end with the centenary special later this year, which will see Jodie regenerate into the as-yet unknown 14th Doctor. So again, an interesting thing there. As I said earlier, I think, to me, hang on, let me get the home button. There we are. To me, it's pretty obvious, I think, that he's drawing a very clear line. He doesn't want to come back. Oh god, in honour of your desire for terrible... we had a super chat from Kitson Richardson. In honour of your desire for horrible things to happen to companions, how about Cyber Bill? Oh wow, that's actually, you know what, that's not a bad suggestion. That's not a bad suggestion. That might end up being the most super chatted option. Your name might be Cyber Bill, to mourn Bill Park's beloved companion, who kind of got converted, but also not really. Yeah, what I was saying though was, yeah, I think honestly, I think he's making it very clear he does not want to come back. He's making it very clear. He's drawing a line, and you know what? I respect that. As Atomized says, let the showrunner do whatever they want with the show. I agree. The continuity gaps will always be addressed by the expanded media. That's also true. And obviously, you could critique the choices that are made in narratives, but obviously I think they should always be allowed to do whatever they want, you know, and it's obviously, don't criticize it until you see it, I guess, like, would be my advice. Darius, I still think there is more to him leaving that's what's being officially publicly said. Maybe 5 years down the line, he may spill more details. I think that's certainly possible. You know, I think it's certainly possible that there is more that we'll just never know fully. You know, I think I'm fully, like, in agreement with you there. I think that's very likely, and I would like to know more at some point. But yeah, I kind of do agree. I think there is more to it, but you know, I'm not going to speculate too much because I don't know, and I don't want to, you know, make assumptions without me knowing much. To be honest, I don't think the BBC want Chibnall to return if they want to keep the fans happy. I mean, the thing is, right, like, we don't know what the relationship is with the BBC and Chibnall. I genuinely don't know. Like, it's the sort of thing, he was brought in to do a job, he did it, you know, he set out to do 3 series, apparently he did them. Yeah, I'm not really sure what their dynamic is with the BBC, but yeah, we'll see. What's the next thing? Okay, this is what I would argue one of the big things to come out of these Radio Times articles. Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall almost left Doctor Who in 2020. The Doctor Who showrunner has admitted that his time on the show nearly came to an end 2 years prior. Fans will be happy to say goodbye. Oh no, sorry, I thought it said fans will be happy to say goodbye. Fans will be saying goodbye to Doctor Who's Chris Chibnall and the 13th Doctor herself, Jodie Whittaker, after 3 seasons, when the pair's final 2022 special air later this year. However, Chibnall has revealed he almost bowed out the showrunner 2 years ago. The Doctor Who writer told the latest edition of Doctor Who magazine that he nearly left the show when the pandemic hit in early 2020. Saying in an interview that we made Doctor Who at all during the past 2 years is a miracle. There was a point around April-May 2020 where it looked like we'd have to call it a day after 2 series. If we hadn't already planned to leave after 3, there's no way I'd be staying on now after going through that experience. Chibnall and Whittaker did of course stay on during COVID-19, but their plans for a full season were cut down to a 6-episode event that was Flux, while the New Year special had to be scrapped at the last minute. We had to ditch our original idea, and I had to write a new script in just over a week. Chibnall said, "You can't just go, right, we've got the series, and then we'll do the specials. You're constantly on the treadmill." Former showrunner Russell T Davies is set to bring back Doctor Who, set to take back Doctor Who in 2023, with Chibnall saying that he expects the screenwriter to ignore the changes, which we already covered, he made to the BBC One series. Okay, so again, very interesting there. I know some people, there's probably going to be some people in the comments being like, this confirms Chaos in Cardiff. No, it doesn't. I'm pretty sure Chaos in Cardiff was 2019, so the timelines don't match up. A COVID production and wanting to be more involved with family seem like very likely reasons. Oh yeah, I'm not doubting that those are legitimate reasons why he wants to go. I think they're perfectly, you know, likely and, you know, justifiable reasons. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was more than just those reasons, I guess, as well. Like some other people were saying. But, you know, we'll never know truly. But yes, it's interesting to think about how he almost left in 2020. If you think about it, that would have meant we'd only have had series 11 and 12. Oh yeah, I'm not implying that he's like lying. I think he is being genuine when he says he wants to spend more time with his family. It's just that, you know, is there anything from like the BBC's end as well, or, you know, like, there might not be, but it is just interesting. It's an interesting thing we'll never fully know. You know, but yeah, no, what was I saying? What are we talking about? Yeah, them leaving almost in 2020 is a very odd timeline to think about. We'd have only had series 11 and 12, and series 12 certainly feels like the setup to more like it feels like more setup to future things, even if it wasn't necessarily set up to many new things. But I mean, in the case of yeah, this, I'm kind of, I don't know, I am kind of glad that they did stay, because I doubt we'd have gotten a series in COVID at all had they left. At the same time, and I guess, you know, it gives us like time for the whole era to be ended and concluded for the fans of it that are out there, because there are fans of it out there. At the same time, I'm not a big fan of it. So if it, yeah, you know, I'm not going to say I wish he left in 2020, but I probably wouldn't be mourning it too much. I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but the aim of The Timeless Child seems to be a springboard for new stories, but not a well thought out one. I mean, yeah, I think the thing is, for me, I think that's just, I find it in, like, the concept of The Timeless Child is an interesting one, you know, the idea of the Time Lords experimenting on a child for regeneration. That could be interesting. I don't really like the fact that it's the Doctor, but that could also be interesting on its own. The problem is that nothing's ever done with it, and it's just, and you know, we're entering the final 2 episodes of the entire run now. You know, the penultimate one airs in like 5 days, and it's not looking likely that that one's going to really feature much about the Timeless Child at all. So I really do doubt that we're going to get very satisfying answers to all of the mysteries. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's just how I see it as of now. I don't think there are such things as real Doctor Who fans. I'm personally looking forward to a new Doctor. I'm the same. I don't think there is such a thing as real Doctor Who fans. I think everyone who has watched the show at any point can be considered a fan. I'm not a big, you know, gatekeepy person. I think you can be a fan regardless of when you jumped on board and, you know, what episodes you like and dislike. Like, we're all just part of a community, and I wouldn't really have it any other way. Like, I think, yeah, there's a weird level of, I guess, like fandom hierarchy, which I don't really get. Like, at the end of the day, you know, surely more fans of the thing you like is a good thing, right? Like, why would we want to put a limit on what can and what can't be considered fans? Like, it just seems arbitrary and kind of pointless in the end. The more fans something has, the more likely it is to succeed, so why would you want to hinder that, you know? And dissuade people from being fans. I find that an odd premise. Why did Mr. Chibnall want to leave in 2020? Apparently complications with COVID-19, which makes sense, honestly. Plenty of fans in 2005 were lambasting the show just for not being like classic Who. Exactly. This is something I want to talk about as well, actually. A lot of people, I'm going to turn on serious mode, no more music. A lot of people are sort of talking about the Chibnall articles and people saying, oh, I think we as a fandom need to be, you know, nicer to like Chibnall and stuff, and I think, you know, the way people have treated Chibnall is wrong. And while I do agree to some degree, I think it's important to remember that this isn't a new thing. Like, in terms of the way the fandom treats showrunners, you know, Moffat was treated in a very similar way. Some of the stuff that he got back in the day was horrible. Even RTD, if you go back to some early RTD articles, they accused Series 1 of having the woke agenda, the gay agenda, because they have a kiss on screen between 2 men. And I think it's like, I think we as a fandom need to have a conversation about like how we as fans approach showrunners, I guess. Because, you know, I think there is a tendency, and it's not even just a Doctor Who specific problem, it's a fandom-wide problem, you know, it's a community-wide problem across all different sorts of properties. People tend to put all of the blame and all of their hatred and all of their animosity towards like one figurehead, you know. For Doctor Who at the moment, it's Chris Chibnall. For Star Wars for a while, it was Kathleen Kennedy. And you know, for, I guess if you don't like Marvel, then I guess it's like Kevin Feige. But I guess my point is, you know, they are just people at the end of the day. Criticize their work all you want, as long as it's constructive. I think that's fine. But it's when you make it personal that I have an issue, I think. You know, there's no benefit to personal attacks. You know, it doesn't help anyone. It doesn't make your points more valid. It just makes people who have criticisms look worse, because by insulting them, you make it look as though, you know, the fandom as a whole thinks like this. And I think we as a fan base just need to be a bit more considerate of like that these are people who are paid to do a job, and while yes, you're more than free to critique that work, I think it's also important to realize that yes, they are people as well. They aren't just evil supervillains who want to kill puppies. I hope I'm making sense, but yeah, I'll turn back on the music now. I just wanted to do my little serious piece. Let's just vibe a bit more. That's why Moffat and RTD left social media in the first place. Well, actually, no. The reason Moffat left social media was more to do, I think, with the fact that he was struggling to find friends that he was speaking to on social media, so he just decided to delete it when they were organising going out and things. I think he even says as such in his interview on the Doctor Who YouTube channel, or at least, the fans could also have been a reason that he didn't admit to. I don't know. Criticism is one thing, I agree. You should be able to handle criticism, but there's criticism and then there's just harassment. You know what I mean? Like, when you start sending people death threats and calling people, like, names and that's where it stops being criticism, in my opinion, and just starts being, like, bullying. I think at a certain point it crosses that line, and I think we need to recognize that. Like, there is a fine line between those two things. Like, what I try to do in my, if you guys saw my recent video essay, which if you haven't seen, I would recommend, it talks about Chibnall era politics. I don't really talk about Chibnall the man very much, it's more just my critique of the work, and I think that's fine, but insulting someone personally, that's not criticism, like, that's not fair criticism, that's just... I agree, Tharius. I think we should welcome new fans. There is toxic positivity, but let's not pretend there isn't a ton of toxic negativity. I love Who and its community, but it can get mean. I agree. I think everyone should be welcome to the community. Absolutely, I do. As long as you are willing to conduct yourself in a manner that is becoming of others, then I think that's all that you really need, in my opinion. NMDs undermine legitimate criticism. I do agree. I think a big damage to Chibnall era discourse was NMD's existence, I guess. A well-reasoned argument is fine, but name-calling and tantrum churning is most of social media. Yeah, I agree with that, yeah. So, should say that during the Moffat era, as everyone was going to town on him, even YouTubers like Mr. TARDIS, Cancel the Geeks were going to town him. Admittedly, right, I know, obviously I can't speak for, everyone, but I know, I'm pretty sure Trilby has said in the past, he does regret, going a bit hard on Moffat at points. And, I regret some of the things that I've said about Chibnall in the past. I've tried to rectify a lot of my, my less constructive sort of, I guess, moments, but I suppose in the end, as people, we all make mistakes, but I think if we, as going forward, can just sort of try our best to recognise these people as people, I think that is, an important thing, really. Yay for Darius' video, I say, by the way. Thank you, I hope you all did enjoy that. I enjoyed making it. I'm probably going to do more of those down the line because you guys seem to enjoy it and I enjoyed making it. I was really happy with the response, the feedback. Yeah, going forward I think I plan on doing more of those. The reason, I know some people mentioned the editing of that one, the reason the editing was perhaps a bit more primitive as opposed to previous video essays was mainly just because it was a time-saving measure more than anything. I wanted to get it out, I wanted to have a relatively quick turnaround, so I decided to just use pictures rather than video as well, and copyright as well, because, if anyone who's ever uploaded a Doctor Who YouTube video knows, BBC copyright is a nightmare to deal with. Twitter can also go Twitter can always go too far, so muting and pretending it's not there does wonders for your mental state. Anonymity is taken way too far over there. Yeah, I mean, my approach to Twitter recently has kind of just been post memes generally. Like, I've enjoyed it more like that, just sort of having fun with it rather than, you know, taking it too seriously. Because ultimately, like, it is just a bunch of people screaming into a void. Like, and if you put too much stock in it, like, it will consume you. And I think, yeah, Twitter, like, the best way to approach it is either to pretend it doesn't exist or have fun with it, I guess. Chibnall knew full well how much his creative decisions would polarize the fan base. Gambling, he would get more new viewers with his ideas. The viewers would lose. It's a bet he lost. I think the thing is, though, as a creative, you kind of have to take those risks. Yeah, okay, it didn't pay off necessarily, but there are some people who do like the Timeless Child changes, and ultimately, I'm not a big fan of the Timeless Child, you know, thing myself, but I do at least respect that he did his own creative thing. Like, I can at least respect that on a base level, you know? I know it just felt like I was the only one who liked Moffat at times. I quite like Moffat. I mean, at the very least, I mean, I did kind of, sort of, become quite tired of him towards the end, but I've been a pretty big defender of the Matt Smith era, so I only have issues with some of the writing being clunky, and I was never bothered by the Timeless Child. I will never abuse writers because of it. That's the key, really. Like, you can have issues with whatever aspect of a show you want, you know, as long as they're not bigoted, I guess, but when it turns into personal insults, that's kind of where I draw the line, I think. It's where a lot of, you know, certain people on Twitter lose me, when they'll start, like, insulting Chibnall personally. It's like, come on, that's just uncalled for, you know? Random question, would you like to see older Doctors, e.g. Colin Baker, recast for the 60th? I wouldn't want to see them recast, no. I think if I want to see classic Doctors again, I'd want to see them as themselves, even if they are older. Just do the time crash method of, oh, time, it's all funny. I don't mind the Timeless Child backstory. I recall the changes, some of the classic era, and people were up in arms about Gallifrey changes. Yeah, I think, you know, the Timeless Child's one of those things, you either love it or you hate it. It's a very Marmite type thing. I think my issue more than anything with it is just that they didn't do a lot with it, but yeah. The Timeless Child could have been great, but Chibs just can't land it in the third act. Yeah, I kind of agree. But yeah, we're having the final competition for my Cyberman head's name. I think Cyber Bill was the last name that was entered at £5. So if anyone has an advance on Cyber Bill, then donate, and you know, whoever donates the highest amount of money, that will be the name my Cyberman head has forever. Cyberman Bill is its current name, but you know, it could change. I'm probably not going to stream for too much longer, but we'll see. I'm quite enjoying this though, just vibing, just chilling out. I like Moffat. Thanks to him with epic storylines, in part, he made the show, turned it into a global success. True, you know, I think Moffat doesn't get enough credit, to be honest, for the amount of success he brought to the show.
Coming to find you.
Handles should be the name, but I'm broke. So yeah, a few people suggested handles on Twitter, but I don't know, it feels just a bit too generic, I guess. But then again, I guess Cyber Bill is quite, I don't know. It's up to you guys anyway. Moffat's overarching storylines and plot twists were amazing, although I know from my dad's experience that they were a little confusing for a casual viewer. Yeah, I think that was the big thing with the big criticism of Moffat, was like, oh, it's too confusing, and I do kind of get it. But, you know, I think he did do a lot for the show. The Timeless Child makes a huge mistake. It adds no mystery to the Doctor's motives for the audience. We always know as much as the Doctor. Compare that to the Time War or the Cartmel Master Plan. That's an interesting thing, actually. You are right. You know, I quite like that with the Time War, the Doctor knows something we don't, and that compels us to, like, with the mystery. Whereas with the Timeless Child, we're learning alongside the Doctor, I guess. I suppose, yeah, I think that could definitely be more interesting. Moffat managed to make James Corden look like he can act. Damn. Roasted. Look, I don't mind Gavin and Stacey, alright? You know, but that's because I'm Welsh. Hi Tharis, have you heard the Ninth Doctor audio adventures? I've only heard the first one. I think the Big Finish is so fab at getting Doctors, even with minimal source material, albeit one incredible series. Yeah, I listened to the first one. It was okay. I wasn't blown away by it, but it was solid. I might listen to the Cyberman one at some point. I did listen to Mind of the Hodiak, which was Russell's recent foray into Big Finish, and I quite enjoyed that one. It was adapted from an unused 80s story, I think. I quite enjoyed that. I know a lot of people said it's kind of generic, which, fair, but it is also adapted from an older script, so it kind of makes sense, I guess. I just imagined a time where a mysterious character would come on and everyone would be speculating that it's, is that the Doctor every time, just diluting the importance of the character. Well, I mean, to be fair, that is kind of what happened with Series 12 after the Fugitive Doctor was revealed. Everyone, whenever there was a slightly mysterious character who came along, people were like, is it the Doctor? You know, is it the Doctor or is it this person? And it wasn't, but that was the thing that happened basically, you know, any time after the Roof Doctor was revealed, I guess. The Cartman Master Plan was a great idea. It's a better solution to the Timeless Child. The issue is it does the whole, the Doctor is this mighty being, don't matter though, does it? Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge Cartman Master Plan guy either. I'd be interested to see it. At the same time, like, I'm kind of glad it wasn't fully enacted, you know? I remember talks of giving the 8th Doctor a 27-episode series around the time of the 50th. They should have done that. I'd love that. Yeah, I'd love that. Hello, Jean. You knew what day... Oh, crap. Is it podcast day? Shit. What? Crap, I actually forgot. Oh, this is awkward. Hi. I fully forgot. Genuinely fully. To be fair, this was just my replacement for making a video today, because I was going to have to do that at some point anyway. Wait, did you message me? No. Plot twist, the Rani gets revealed. Plot twist, the Rani gets revealed as the Joe Martin Doctor. Sexy Cyberhead, so true! It is. We're having a competition, John, to see what its name is. Whoever donates the most money gets to name the Cyberman. The current bet is £5 on I think it was Cyberbill, I think was the name. Let me double check. Yeah, Cyberbill is the current front runner for that. How did you get the trailer for Doctor Who Redacted? I can leave a link if you want. It was linked by one of the people who made its Twitter. I can put it in chat if you want. Boop. There you go. There's the trailer for Doctor Who Redacted. If you haven't listened to it already, you can over there. Thary, you should just do this, just chill live stream more often. I should. I do quite enjoy doing it. Has all the background noise been fine, by the way? You haven't heard any background noise or anything? No worries. I am quite enjoying just bopping to this music, you know. What classic villain hasn't returned that would you like to come back? I actually did a full video on that a while back. Sutek, be a cool one. Syl, be a cool one. Candyman. Who else did I say? If I can have a variant of Cyberman, it would be the Talos Cybermen. We haven't seen those in a while. I can drop that video link in the chat as well in case you haven't seen that. Let me grab that. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Did this a while ago. Wouldn't be surprised if we missed it though. It kind of flopped, but oh, we've had a $8 donation from Sycorax Rock saying, I'm 5 minutes behind everyone else, so I don't know what's going on, but I just felt like I owed you something for the good content over the years. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very much appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. How do you bid? Basically, can you see, Ree, there's just a little like $sign at the bottom of the chat that allows you to super chat. If you click that and then put in your message and how much you want to donate, it should work. I don't know whether they allow £6. I can check. Hang on. Super chat. Can't super chat to myself, but that would just be giving my... Yeah, I don't think... It's either 5 or 10. I don't think it lets you do 6, which is a bit annoying. If the Doctor likes women as a man, would they still like women as a woman, or would they switch to liking men? Honestly, I don't know. It's an interesting question. I personally, if we're talking my personal preference, I kind of just like it when the Doctor's just not into that at all. Like, it's one of the things I prefer about the way Classic Who does the Doctor's character over New Who is, I kind of prefer... You can type a custom out. Oh, can you? I wasn't sure. Thank you for that, Sir Slim. No, very much appreciate that. Thanks. I never knew you could do that. I always thought it had to be incremental. But, yeah. What were we saying? Yeah, no, for me personally, I prefer it when the Doctor's just not into, like, sexual stuff at all. I think RTD2 is not going to be as good as everyone says. I think, I mean, I don't know how good I think it's going to be honest. I'm going in with, like, no expectation. Well, obviously, some expectations because it's RTD, you know, and RTD I trust. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I'm not going in expecting him to, like, immediately revive Doctor Who back to its sort of cultural status that it was at when he was the showrunner, because, well, you know, I think that's unrealistic. Could you see the Rani or Romana returning at some point? The Rani, I feel like it's kind of, like, there's not really much point to do the Rani, because it's like... Oh, someone asked me about Lego Star Wars earlier. I haven't yet, but I probably will. With the Rani, though, I feel like the Master's kind of just already there, and I just don't really feel like there's much of a need for the Rani. Romana, though, sure. I'd like to see her as Time Lord President at some point. I think that'd be neat. I want the Doctor to have an alien companion. That would be a very different thing to the norm of boring old humans. I think that would be cool. I think one alien and one human companion would work quite well. Kind of similar to what they had with, I guess, Bill and Nardole, but even Nardole, he looked human. So, I honestly think you should get it. I do plan to, I've just, I haven't got any money at the moment, so when I do, I will. I'd rather have the Rani come back than the Master at this point, because I'm just fed up seeing... Yes, that's fair. I do... But then again, is the Rani not just the female Master in a way? Like... I've got a full video I want to do about the Master. Yeah, I did spend it all at Comic-Con. And this Cyberman head. Those are the two things, and now I am out of money. I am doing I'm planning on doing another video essay type thing on the Master and how he's been used across, like, the show's life, and why I think maybe it's time to give the character a break, but yeah, maybe that one will come out sometime this week, maybe. I haven't started the script yet, but it's an idea I've had for a long time. Theories, I don't mind RTD's new era to be exactly like his first one. I don't want RTD's first era to be exactly like his first one. It should be different. I agree. Yeah, no, I'm in agreement. It should be different. Have you heard any further LEGO Doctor Who game rumours? Not since the initial one, and I think someone at TT Games did come out to say, yeah, this isn't happening. So yeah, I haven't heard anything since that. The Master is really overused at this point. I agree. Would you have a gimmick season where the Doctor has a face of a villain? If I could think of a story for it, sure. It's not a concept I've thought about particularly, but if I could think of something to do with it, then yeah. It'd be cool to have a Doctor Master body swap series at one point. That'd be interesting. I do think Sasha's Master is the best version of the Master. I don't classify Missy as she's a separate character. I never really enjoyed Sim, sadly. Fair enough. I honestly don't know who my favourite Master is. Sim is probably up there. Jacoby, even though I haven't really listened to much Big Finish. Delgado's pretty good, obviously, and Ainley's a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't really, they all sort of give something different for me. Oh, my drink is now leaking. How appropriate. Yeah, I don't really know who my favourite Master is. What Big Finish stories with the 5th Doctor would you recommend? Honestly, I haven't listened to many. I guess one I have listened to I thought was quite good. It's part of the Old Doctors and New Monsters box set. It had the Fifth Doctor facing off against the Ragnos, which I thought was quite fun. So suggest that one if you can find it. Spare Parts, obviously, yeah. Like I've listened to bits of Spare Parts, yeah. But it's like, the thing is, I think like Big Finish. Like, I'm not a Big Finish guy, but I've listened to a few. Like, it is a hard thing to get into, and I do struggle to have the attention span for it, admittedly. The Eighth Doctor's Master, Neil's definitely in between us, needs to be given screen time. I'd love to see how he plays him. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Oop, I just spilled a bit of my drink, that's great. Sasha, to me, overperforms his lines all the time. I don't know whether I don't know whether he overperforms them, or whether, like, the lines are just inherently, like, campy. Like, I think anyone would struggle to deliver lines like, what's the one that he says at the beginning of Timeless Children? Is it like, I'll shrink your mate, or something that he says? Like, you know, I'm pretty sure most people would struggle to deliver that with a straight face. I used to have that TARDIS noise when I got an email at work. That's cool. That's cool. That's my goal in life, to get a job where I'm notified via the TARDIS. That's what I'd like. Maybe it could be this one day. We need a special where Boris Johnson is the companion. That would be prime television. Oh, Recaffin's donated £10 for Cyber Angel. The new highest bet for the Cyberman name is Cyber Angel. £10 from Recaffin. Alright. That's the highest bet now. Cyber Angel has taken over Cyberville's spot as the highest bid on the name of my Cyberman head. If anyone has a higher advance on that, feel free. I think that might be where we reach the limit though, but who knows? Unless there's something, obviously, I will say as well, don't make it too inappropriate if you are going to bet, you know. Don't make him called, like, I don't know, what's something inappropriate? Well, I suppose I'm not going to say it because then I get demonetized. Cloister bells for an email from head office, your boss. That's brilliant. Yeah, if I ever get a job, because I have looked at jobs, been looking at jobs quite a bit recently, because unfortunately, you know, as much as I love doing this, it doesn't really pay too much. I'm gonna hide that, Sean, just because I don't want to get demonetized. Alright, did they let it? Okay, that's fine. Okay, not sure how true it is. I heard Sasha improvise his acting, and that he always changed what he did. I don't know. I haven't heard that, but maybe it's true. We should call the Cyberman head Dalek. Look, that would be quite funny, to have a Cyber head called Dalek, but... Oh look, the Theres. That is me. I am the Theres. How are you all doing? But yeah, currently, for those of you who just joined, we're having basically a little betting competition to see, you know, what the Cyberman's head's name is. The highest bet right now is Cyber Angel, coming in at Recaffin for £10. It's looking like that's going to be the name now. I doubt there's going to be many changes after that, but there was a moment in Dark Water where I was 100% convinced Missy was the Rani. But then it turned out to be Kerbal. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought she was the Rani. To TBH, I like Sasha, he was good in Iron Fist. I've seen him in The Great, and he was pretty good in that. And that's a show about the Russian Empress yeah, she was the Russian Empress in, like, the past. I don't know when, but it's kind of like a historical comedic drama type thing. That's, you know, kind of exaggerated. And it was quite good. Cyber Angel Bicep is, I think that means is sick. It could quickly steal companions. Would be sick, yeah. Transfer them for cyber conversion. That'd be awesome, yeah. That'd actually be really cool as a concept. A cyber weeping angel, that'd be sick. That feels like, you know, the next evolution of the Cyber Lords, Cyber Angels. That seems like the next evolution, like Pokemon. There is a clip of Michelle mouthing the Rani with no audio, clearly a fun little on-set misdirect. Imagine the scenes if Macaulay Culkin is the next Doctor, that would be legendary. It'd be a weird choice, because I don't know anything he's been in as an adult. The Cyber God. That would be quite ominous if the Cyber God was the name of the Cyberman head. Just having him sort of look over me. But it's up to you. If you donate for it, then that will become in the running, I guess. There was a fan animation of the Cyber Dalek. I think I've seen that. Is that the one where they go through, like, the Cybermen go through, like, the Dalek timeline and they want to, like, sort of make it so that the Daleks never really prospered in the same way? I swear I've seen that. I think it's like Dalek Tales or something. That's iconic, actually. Let me see if I can get it up. I'm really liking the music. You guys like the music? Should we try a different one? Or are you liking the music we have? Yeah, here it is. Dalek Tales, The Experiment. Absolutely iconic. I won't play it with sound, but if you see here, it's just quality stuff. It genuinely looks like an officially made. In fact, it arguably looks better than like some of the officially made stuff. Same honestly goes for in the recommended here, Infiltration of the Daleks. Infiltration of the Daleks is fantastic, genuinely fantastic. And I believe 3D Doctor Who, the guy who made it, got hired by Big Finish after this as well. So power to him. He did a great job. Yeah. Nearly showed you all my analytical secrets. Where did you get this background music, Theories? It's just on a Doctor Who lo-fi playlist. Crispy linked it to me because he used the Rose version. We naming the Cyberman? Yeah, basically, whoever donates the most money at Zinco gets to name the Cyberman. Currently, the winning bet is Cyber Angel at £10. If there's any advance on that, I have to, you know, consider it. If there's not, then that will be the name.
That will never ever stop.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Yeah, I like the music too. Should we try a different one though? I'm feeling a different song. It's one of my favorite ones that they have on this list that I've listened to. We could try the I don't know what I feel like. What was... Thing is, I also don't want to get copyright claimed, so... That's just sounds from Asylum of... Not Asylum. Rings of Akaton. Nah, that's a bit too sad. Maybe this one.
When you wake up, you'll have a mum and dad.
It's Matt Smith.
And you won't even remember.
It's Matt Smith, guys.
Because it was, you know. It was.
I feel like I'm gonna get claimed by using this, but here we go. That's the one Crispy used. It is good, but it does make me slightly like nervous I'm gonna get claimed. Yeah, technically I guess it would, I think, yeah. Dun, dun, dun. It is quite a vibe, actually. I do quite like. I think I still prefer the 80s one though. What's the? I think the Doctor in Distress one sounded bad, if I remember. Let me just check, actually, I haven't had any copyright emails. I'm going to check that. BBC, I swear to God. Nope, we're looking good. We are looking good. I'm hoping because they're remixes that it's fine, but... What's this one?
So let me ask you a question about this brave new world of yours. When you've killed all the bad guys...
Thing is, I don't like the ones that have too much speaking in them. Like...
and fair, when you have five... Oh, will you?
Yeah, because this one has a lot of speaking in it. What's this one? Lo-fi Fifth Doctor. This one's quite chill. If Doctor Who came to an end, what ending would you prefer? A closure or an open ending? If it came to a permanent end, like no revivals, no nothing, just permanent end, I'd say probably I'd want like a conclusive ending at that point. If they wanted to leave it, you know, to maybe be picked up again in the future, then that speech is amazing though. I think you're referring to the Razorback Ted speech. I do agree. Yeah, I like this one. Which one's this one? The Fifth Doctor one. Base Blake 7 ending is the best way to end. What's the Blake 7 ending? I haven't really watched much of Blake 7.
Where you from?
Doctor Who Cosmic Remix? What's this? Ooh. This one's quite a bop, to be fair. You can watch Blake 7 on YouTube. Can you? I didn't know that. Oh, I like this. Yes, I'm hoping the 60th is a mini-series of a different Doctor with an extended episode culminating in a multi-Doctor conclusion. That'd be quite cool. Yeah, I vibe with that. You know, I've been streaming for so long, my voice is actually starting to go a little bit dry, which is why I'm having to drink more. I hope you're enjoying just the vibes though, just the nice chill vibes. Is that the 70s version that was on top of Pops? It might be, you know. I'm going to read the description. Doctor Who Cosmic Remix, aka Doctor Who the Sequel. Originally titled Doctor Who the Sequel, it was released on a 12-inch single format by Mankind in January 1984. This track was later re-released on the B-side of the Doctor Who theme for the BBC Titan sci-fi series. Okay, so I think it was like a... It was released, yeah, in 1984 apparently. According to the person who... Ooh, I think we got a donation. Oh no. I think, oh no. I can't call it Mike Hawk. For obvious reasons. I can't call it that. Someone's got to donate more because I can't call it Mike Hawk. For God's sake. To be fair, £10 is still on level with Cyber Angel, so I guess if it's level, I just pick the one I like more. Cyber Angel's definitely winning out of those two. I hope this isn't copyrightable. It isn't, is it? It is a bop though. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. You know what, I'm gonna go back to the old reliable, you know.
I'm the Doctor. Coming to find you.
Let's have a look. What's the chat saying? I should be the 14th Doctor for more dairy representation, says Cheese. You know what? I support that. What do you think about the rumoured spin-offs? What rumoured spin-offs? Oh no. Adzinko's just donated 99 pence to make Mike Hawke the most donated Cyberman name. Am I really going to have to call you Mike Hawke? For God's sake.
Coming to find you.
Now you have to combine the names. Like, well, no, because Adzinko's pulled ahead now, technically. Because I didn't rule out using stickers as well. I think I've seen that video of Doctor Who on Top of the Pops. Is that the one with the exterminate, that one? You know the one I'm on about. What rumoured spin-offs? Oh! Rick Heffin donated top chair for 6 months. No, I think that outdoes you, Adzinko. Have you got an advance on that? Yeah, Rick Heffin's just donated for 6 months. Super chat. So if you've got an advance on that, Adzinko, but right now, I didn't rule out top chairs either. So Cyber Angel is on the top again. Boom, boom, boom. Top chair's £2, but she signed up for 6 months. So 6 months, £2. Someone do maths. 6 months times 2. 6 times 2 is 12. £12 to equal it. So I don't think you can equal that, Adzinko. I think you've been outdone. Yeah, 12. Thank you. I knew that. Definitely. Would imagine Pearl Mackie as the Doctor. Yeah, I mean, I always find it weird when people suggest like former companions as like doctors. Like, it would just feel weird to me. Like, if there's one that I could see the most, I mean, she's not with us anymore, but I guess Lyd Sladen, because I guess Sarah Jane Adventures kind of proved that. If we're talking about ones that are alive, maybe Free Miragiman also. You doubt my ability to waste money on dumb stuff. Okay. Sure, Adzinko. Should Doctor Who end on its 100th anniversary? Honestly, I don't, I never want Doctor Who to end voluntarily. Michael Caine in his younger years, yeah. Like, Italian Job Michael Caine would be good. I mean, if there is one, what should it be about? Right, so for me, the spin-off that would make the most sense, Dustin, would be an Ace one that takes place at a charitable Earth. Maybe has Ace recruit some like new teenagers to help. Hey, listen, there's no scam in this. Whoever pays the most money gets the name of the Cyberman. That's not a scam. They all knew what they were signing up for. It was all voluntary. Rumoured spin-off of a David Tennant show. Doctor Who is never a waste of money. That's the mindset. That's the mindset we want. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. Well, the 12th chose his face. I would have thought Bill would be. Yeah, that's true. I just think, like, from an out-of-universe perspective, like, having former Doctors be cast as the Doctor, kind of is weird for me. Like, I understand the appeal. I guess, like, yeah, it's just the sort of thing where I'm like, I feel like that might be distracting for, like, a new Doctor. What are your honest thoughts on Doctor Who Redacted? I worry about being called toxic for not tuning in. But it's clearly marketed towards the gossip. It's clearly marketed towards a certain audience. Larry spent so much on the Cyberman and is now trying to make it back. Yeah, essentially. That's essentially what this is. I'm in debt, chat. I am in debt. I am going to go under. This production, this microphone, this webcam, it all costs. I'm meant to be working. Have I won yet? Well, I mean, once the stream ends, whoever's donated the most wins, and right now you are winning. It depends whether I end the stream yet. I mean, I'm kind of enjoying it. My honest thoughts on Doctor Who Redacted looks like a cool idea. I don't know whether I'll tune into every episode. I don't think you'll be called toxic for not tuning in. I think audio in itself is kind of it's sort of a more niche thing, right? Like, not everyone's into it. You know, some people prefer just visual stuff. You know, I think that's fine. I think it's just, you know, do whatever makes you happy, I guess. Sounds cliche, but it's true. I think I might end the stream. Unless there is any higher advances now on 35, but I don't think there is. Not on 35, on 10 plus 12, which is 22. I'm bad at maths. Watching, hey, love your videos, watching whilst on my break at work. Have you got a TikTok for your channel? I do. I don't use it, but I do. I also have an Instagram, if any of you want to go follow that. The TikTok is here. Let me grab it.
Scaring my dead haunted beer.
Oh god, no. TikTok, stop playing things. I don't want this. I really don't use my TikTok, but if you want it, it's here. Hang on, let me grab it. Boop, 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 boop. Are you going to listen to the new Doctor Who podcast spin-off? Possibly. I mean, maybe not religiously, but I'll at least give the first episode a shot. And then my Instagram is over here. Which is, the Instagram is here. Thank you. And there's the Instagram. But if you guys want either of those, then you can have them. If I was sharing it, I would antagonize the fan by saying everything I don't like isn't canon. Yeah, I would be a tyrant. Oh god. Adzinko. Buying some stickers later. Oh no. I mean, technically, Cyber Angel is still in the lead. But thank you for the £10, Adzinko. I very much do appreciate it. If you want to throw your hat into the ring for the name of the Spider-Man head, I think, honestly, the current bet's probably like, to DM with a chance, you probably have to be like 30 quid at this point to name this Spider-Man head. Whatever you want. If I was sharing it, I would cry from the sheer weight of the trauma. Honestly, I would be a tyrant. I would establish, you know, myself as complete ruler of Doctor Who, and no one can stop me. The way it was advertised on Instagram, I didn't realise it was an audio drama. Yeah, they are quite... Titles can be somewhat misleading about that sometimes. Followed. I make some Doctor Who content, normally trying to yeah, my ideas or nothing. That would be my mindset. That would be the mindset. I would become ruthless. Dan Ben, yeah, I've read that one. Yeah, you mostly collect Doctor Who Funko Pops. That's cool. I've got a few up there. You can't see them, but I have the Resolution Dalek and a Ninth Doctor that I won in the arcade once. I'm going to do a full collection tour at some point, but I want to get some more things framed. I like the Cyberman head, Blobfish. Thank you, Blobfish. We're currently doing bets to see what they're basically bids to see what the Cyberman gets called. The winning bid, I think, is Cyber Angel at the moment. At about, I think £22. So if you've got an advance on that, Blobfish, you know, you can. But I mean, it could be called Blobfish, which would be kind of funny, but because your profile is a Cyberman. It would be interesting to see passionate Doctor Who fans make some self-identified canon filters to canon contradictions. Also, love the vids, man. Keep it up. I mean, if you like hearing more about canon, and thank you by the way for the compliment. If you like hearing more about canon, I'd suggest Davis. Honestly, his documentations of all of the contradictions in canon are really interesting. Some of the best Doctor Who content out there, in my opinion, and I know a lot of you probably watch him as well. So I would suggest him if you want more documentation of that. Oh god, Adzinko's overtaken. I think. Wait. Oh no, he's Adzinko level now. I've lost track. I think Adzinko is might have just taken over. Yeah, no, because he did 2 10s, which was 20, and then the 199, which basically, yeah, it's 24, is now the current bet, and the current winning bet for my Cyberman's name is Mike Hawk, currently, which just doesn't sit right. Which doesn't sit right with me. I kind of regret doing this. I can't let it end like that. So someone please outbid Adzinko. I'm basically being an auctioneer. Like, we can't have it end on Mike Hawk. That's just... By the way, it's spelt like this, so if you say it fast, it sounds like a very certain naughty word. And I don't want that. I don't want it. Mike Hawk. That can't be the winning name. That cannot be the winning name. When do you think the next Doctor will be announced? Well, originally I thought March, and that aged very poorly, because it's now April and we still don't know. In my heart, should have ended it earlier, I know, but I was vibing, I was enjoying it. I was enjoying it. Honestly, I prefer your name, to be honest. No, I'm not ending the stream yet. I'm not ending the stream. We're gonna see what else transpires.
Of my past.
Oh,
Detaching
it auto
themselves
skipped
like
to
melting ice.
the 5th Doctor one. I don't want that. I'm gonna loop this. What was... I was saying something there before the Cyberman head stuff. No, it can't be Mike Hawk. I can't end it on Mike Hawk. Is the new audio podcasting canon? I mean, I assume so. It's BBC licensed, so I guess. I didn't hate Flux as much as I thought I would. My only complaint, and that's the only compliment I can give Chip, fair. I have nothing left. Anyone else want to contribute? I'm not having a... I can't even donate to myself either. Anyone else want to contribute to it not being called Mike Hawk? Please. I can't allow it to be called that. I don't think it allows you to donate to yourself unless I'm on an alt account, I guess, but I think that would be kind of awkward because I have to get into my phone to change. It's just a hassle. But in the answer to the question when I think 14 will be announced, my hope would be sometime after Legends of the Sea Devils, but honestly I don't know. Could be any time now. I have really enjoyed this though, just a vibey stream where we're just discussing stuff, betting on a Cyberman head. Oh, Philip Johnson just donated £25. Didn't put a name in. Put a name in, Phil. Or is it just to make it Cyber Angel? Up to you. Do you ever accept fan art edits? I make Doctor Who fan art and make you look like a dog. Absolutely. Anything like that. Thank you so much, Phil Johnson, for the £25 super chat. That's incredible. Anything like that, I suggest maybe like at me on Twitter or email me at the business email. I guess it's just my regular email, but you know, it sounds more professional if I say it's my business one. But my email for those of you who want to send me anything is this. I'll put that in chat. Thank you so much, Phil Johnson. Dennis, hang on, is that the most, that is now the biggest, that's the, Dennis the Cyberman. Is that going to be the name? Dennis the Cyberman, is that our final option? Is that what we're going with? To be fair, as long as it's not Mike Hawk, I'm happy. My headcanon is that another 25 on Mike Hawk until proven otherwise. Oh no, there we go. It's been proven otherwise. Thank you, Phil. I might have to end the stream now just so that Adzinko doesn't donate again. I just don't want it to be called Mike. I'm sorry, Ree. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry, Ree. I'll tell you what. When I do the collection tour, in your honour, I will call... Oh my god, Adzinko, mate. What? Wait, have you made it 26? Adzinko. Why? Why are you like this? Why? I don't want to call it Mike Hawk. Yeah, what I'll do though, Ree, because you donated a lot as well, I'll call one of my Cybermen in my collection Cyber Angel in your honour. So hopefully you don't feel too cheated. I can't let it be Mike Hawk. That's just... Oh, that's worse. Maniptra, I know what you did there, and that's worse. I see what you did, and it's worse. Oh god, please, someone else just donate so it's not Mike Hawk. Dum, dum, dum. Bum, bum, bum. Dum, bum, bum, dum, 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 dum. I mean, that's not much, but I can't say Isaac that on stream. I can't say Isaac and then that on stream. I can't, you know? I get demonetized. The YouTube ninjas, they'll blow down my door. They'll say, why are you saying those words on stream? Oh yeah, Dan Ben, I covered that article like really early on in the stream. Is he related to Terrence Dick? I'm assuming you're referring to the Cyberman. Possibly. Are you? He didn't answer me. He's very quiet. You can say ice. Oh, jeez. Philip, yes. Thank you, Philip. Dennis is now the most popular again. This shows how Darius pays his editors too much. True! Actually, I don't know whether I haven't paid Adzinko yet, but I need to, but it's just because I'm waiting for money to go into my account. End the stream. Right, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm just gonna end the stream. I'm just gonna end it. I'm just gonna end the stream. I'm clicking the end stream button. I'm ending the stream. I'm ending it. This is... Oh, why is it not ending? Crap, I can't end it. My internet's going funny. Oh. Adzinko, no! Adzinko, no! I couldn't end it! The stream wouldn't let me end! For fuck's sake. Oh my god, Adzinko. Why are you doing this? Oh, I'm not ending it yet. I can't let it end on that. I just can't. Well... I don't even know what the winning bet is at now. Like, can someone do the maths? It can't be Mike Hawk. I can't. I'm not happy. There is a rumor that Silurians may appear in Legend of the Sea Devils. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. You know, a bit of continuity. It might be time to give in, Tharis. No. I'm not giving in. I can't believe he donated literally as I was ending the stream. I was literally about to press the button and then he donated that and I was just like, for God's sake. This is absolutely chaos. Very chaotic. I'm not giving in. I refuse. What happens if I refuse? Then you are not compatible. What happens then? You will be deleted. I heard Tharis is the 14th. You heard correctly. Especially if you were referring to my video announcement for April Fool's. I had a lot of fun doing that actually. I went out to the redecorated police box in Newport to film that, and it was a lot of fun. It actually started snowing mid-recording, so yeah, that makes it look even cooler, really. Let me see if I can get out. Where is that? It's recently, right? It was here. Here it is. Here it is. There's the announcement of the 14th Doctor, guys. 100% legit. Oh, Phillips steamrolled in the competition. I think he's now won. Okay, wait. Is he now ahead? Yeah, he is, right? Okay, I'm ending the stream. Here's the 14th Doctor video. I'm gonna end the stream. No! I think... Oh god, my headphones. My headphones came out. I can't listen to the music. For fuck's sake, I was genuinely about to press the button. What the hell, Adzinko? Why have you spent so much money on this bit? For God's sake. Not playing anymore, lol. Yeah. Oh no. I feel like everyone's gonna call it Mike Hawk anyway. Oh man. I should have just... I can't actually get these back in. Hang on. Yeah. Technical difficulties. There we go. Please end the stream, Tharis. Please, someone else. Anyone else. It has to be Mike Hawk. Oh my god, you're right. it's going to end up being Mike Hawke, isn't it? I feel so defeated. I'm actually feeling so defeated at this point. I don't know what to say. There are no words. I guess you're forever going to be known as Mike Hawke the Cyberman. Hat, helmet. Yeah, it is. I can actually wear it. It has a detachable bit, but you gotta get screws. I might do that in a future stream. I'll tell you what. I'll end the stream at 4 o'clock. Then we'll be going for 2 hours. That's when I'm concretely ending the stream. Because I'm quite enjoying it. You've given your editor 2 votes back. I know. Anyone got any more questions? Let's get some questions in the chat. Let's get some questions. Let's get everyone. Are you going to put Mike Hawke over your face? Maybe. Are you saying that you can wear? Yes, I am saying I can wear that. Not gonna lie, I feel bad for the Cyberman now. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm gonna console him. Give me a sec. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry that mean man kept donating you. You were donating me money. It's from a Doctor Who lo-fi playlist. Shalom Wilson. Let me see if I can get it for you. Hang on. I'll get it. I'll get the playlist for you. How do I share the playlist? I don't know, I'll just share the link to the music. But yeah, here you go. Hang on. Oh no! Don't make it. Don't make it weird. I was just consoling him. I was consoling him. His name's gonna be Mike Hawke, which I'm not happy about. I'm not happy about it. I'm consoling him. Alright, stop saying I'm stroking it. I'm sorry. They won't even let us be together anymore. You guys are too mean. You know, he was brought into this world, you know, thinking he was going to convert humanity, and you've made him into a dick joke. I hope you all feel happy with yourselves. I swear to God. Oh. Don't make it harder than it needs. That's just wrong. I'm actually just really vibing to this stream. I think I'm definitely going to do more streams in the future. If you had to fight one Chibnall-sized Pating or 100 Pating-sized Chris Chibnall, which would it be? Good question. I'm going to say 100 Pating-sized Chris Chibnall, because a man-sized Pating sounds terrifying. How much did you pay for that? Oh, the Cyberman head? Well, I can't reveal that. I mean, Adzinko paid too much, yeah, for the name. I can't reveal that as confidential information. I'm really vibing to the music's too low-key and chill. I'm kind of just staying on till 4 o'clock to see if anyone else donates so I can not call it Mike Hawke. Wait, is the top left quote in the thumbnail true? The one about Chibnall expecting Russell to ignore the changes? Yeah, I spoke about that earlier on the stream. This VOD will be up, you know, shortly after release. Thoughts on Stranger Things 4 trailer? Honestly, I don't really watch Stranger Things, so I haven't seen it. Is it any good? Adzinko owns 10% of the Cyberman. No, that's not how it works. He owns the name. He paid for the name. That's how that works. Nice one. I like the thing. They remind me of the adipose from Super 4. Fair, they are quite cute. Who is your number one choice B14? Said this a couple times. Nicholas Hoult, he played Emperor Peter in The Great, and I think he's a pretty solid choice. He kind of has the look to me. He also played the Beast in the X-Men films. So he would be my choice. Are you a gamer? A little bit. I do, tend to game a little bit. A bit of Minecraft, like a bit of FIFA. I played the Spider-Man game to completion a while back. I like Nintendo games quite a bit. I'm really hyped for the sequel to Breath of the Wild. So yeah, a bit. I'm more of a single-player guy though than a multiplayer guy. Didn't Nicholas play Tony and Skins? Yeah, I think he did as well, yeah. So he's quite an established British actor, so he'd be quite a good choice, I think. What Doctors would you want to return in the 60th? Honestly, as many as possible. Don't forget Fortnite. True, we did play Fortnite together. You played Fortnite, don't try to hide. I'm not hiding it. Nicholas Hoult, he was in About the Boy starring Hugh Grant. Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, no, Hugh Grant would be my choice. Not Hugh Grant, sorry, Nicholas Hoult. I can't believe I'm going to have to end this stream with it being called Mike Hawk. I can't believe it. This is genuine disappointment on my face.
I'm a doctor.
Which Doctor Who soundtracks give you goosebumps? Oh, any of the RTD ones, to be fair, are rock solid. If I had to pick one, I think the Series 3 soundtrack is a banger. Like, there aren't many songs in that I would say are weak. What's the Doctor Who game like on PS4 and Steam? I've only played it on Steam and Switch. I think it's been patched since I first played it, so it's probably better.
Coming to find you.
But yeah, I mean, it was alright when I played it. Admittedly, it was quite like glitchy, but it might have been patched now. You mentioned Pokemon Evolution earlier. Do you have any history of the franchise? Honestly, no. I never quite got into it. I played a bit of it. In terms of Nintendo stuff, I'm more of like a Zelda type guy. Like I'm really into Zelda. I like the Mario games, obviously. I'm really hyped, actually, weirdly, for the new Nintendo Sports they're doing. I'm hyped for that. That's gonna be good. I have a lot of nostalgia for Wii Sports, so. When that game was announced, I was like unusual. Like I was too hyped for that, honestly, considering what it was. Wait, someone's being hidden. Okay, I'll assume Atomized had the. To be fair, you've made substantial amount of cash from being called Michael. That is true. That is true. That is true. I mean, the bets have gone well, but I'm not happy about it. Oh yes, the Shrek leak law. Yes, you did a good job with the Shrek law, I'd think. Yeah, the Shrek law's great. But Mike Hawk is the new rival to Shrek. He's gonna take over. What are your thoughts on the whole MCU prospects articles? Keep saying. Honestly, I'd love a Doctor Who shared universe. I don't think I'd want it as big as the MCU, but just something akin to RTD1, where we had like 2 spin-offs running concurrently. One being, like one for kids, like Sarah Jane, and one being for adults, like Torchwood. I'd be happy with that, honestly. I think Doctor Who's one of those franchises that's built to be expanded. It's got a very expansive universe. I think it just makes sense to do it with that. Have you noticed when Capaldi talks, you can hear an impression of Tom Baker and John Pertwee, especially off camera? Yeah, you can definitely hear them in his voice, which is quite cool. Tharies can now eat for a month thanks to Mike Hawk. Yeah. True. I really can. Thank you, Mike Hawk. Zelda Majora's Mask is the best game ever. I've played bits of that, yeah, that's pretty good. My favourite is probably Breath of the Wild. I did enjoy playing Ocarina of Time on 3DS. And I've played through, well, not to completion, but I played like a lot of the older ones as well, like the NES and the SNES and stuff. Yeah, I think the most prolific one is in the Mummy episode. Oh, I'm not sure whether I've heard that, but when I've listened to, I've watched the episode obviously, but I mean I can't remember a specific moment where he sounds like Tom or Pertwee. But if it's there, I'm sure you're right. I'm sure it is there. Boom. I really wouldn't mind a TV spin-off for Time War. Me neither. I mean, actually, no, then again, having said that, I do think the Time War somewhat loses its mystique if it's, like, broadcast too much. I think that is one of the problems with the Big Finish stuff, is that, like, they've gone a bit too into, like, Time War. I think Time War's one of those things, the less we know about it, the more effective it is. 7 minutes until Mike Hawke is born. Yep, unless someone else donates.
Coming to find you.
Unless someone else donates, like 30 odd quid, I think, is the like bracket to be even remotely contendable. Unless you like combine with one of the previous offerings. One of them was Dennis from
Coming to find you.
who was it? Let me have a look. Let me go through my donations. From Phil Johnson. And one of them was Cyber Angel from Recap. So I guess if you want to use one of those names, then you know you might be able to outdo Mike Hawke. But to be while I love a show like SGA again, it'd be the way CBC is now. The spin-off would probably be hella different. So no main characters like Clyde fighting off Nazis. Yeah. The Time War would be very hard to realise visually. Audio can be more vague, as you imagine the visuals. That's true as well. I will say, when they do it in Day of the Doctor, I mean, it looks good. But, I mean, you know, technically. Oh, Chibnall has revealed, but oh god, that's worse. That's how. He revealed various details about Zero, which I spoke about earlier. Basically, totally don't game. He revealed how he was originally going to leave, he was considering leaving, I should say, in 2020. Also, he said about how, what else was it that he even said? Let me have a look. He said about how RTD is probably going to ignore his changes to the law. Chibnall also said he's never going to do Doctor Who again after this. So wait, so I mean Adrian has come in here with Mike Oxlong, which if you say it quickly, what does it sound like? But I think it's, I mean, unless the person who says, unless Adzinko thinks Mike Hawke, you know, should be changed to that one. But I think honestly, I think Mike Hawke's won it. 3 minutes to go, guys. Three minutes to go. Oh, what's your favourite console interior from any era of the show? The TV movie one. Closely followed by the Capaldi one. I love the Victorian steampunk design of it. It feels like a time machine, very sort of H.G. Wells-esque. How much do you think we'll see of the Centenary special at the end of the Easter special? A usual 15-second trailer, a full minute TV spot. I'd like a full minute TV spot, but in my heart it's probably going to be a 15-second trailer. I don't want you to say Mike Oxlong, because that's not true. Screw you, Adzinko. Honestly, don't care if mine didn't get chosen. I wanted to donate TBH. Well, thank you very much for your donation. Honestly, thank you to everyone who's donated today. It's meant a lot. Like, it's actually almost helped me recuperate some of the losses that I've incurred by buying the cyber. So I appreciate that. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, no, to answer Tony's question, it was the TV movie one. I'm not sure whether Tony's still here. Actually, that's a good question. Before everyone, before we do the final name reveal, where's everyone from watching this right now? Obviously, I don't want your address, but just vague places in the world. I like to see where we're listening from.
Coming to find you.
If you could write an episode of Doctor Who, how would you do so? Honestly, it's so broad. I mean, I've got ideas for episodes, but like,
And I will never stop.
it's hard for me to like say one and be like, yeah, that's how I do it. I think my style overall would be quite sort of, I can imagine it being quite sort of dark, but not like in a realistic sense, but more so in a like, ooh, this is some kind of like Hinchcliffe-esque, I guess. A bit more sort of, ooh, that's quite, yeah, I think darker, sort of, kind of incorporating more of the body horror elements. Bet your family was hella confused opening that package to discover the Sideman helmet. Yeah, I did pre-warn them, but they were like, wow, that's big. And I'm like, yep, I am Henry Van Staten now. And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, you don't know what that is. Let's see what everyone's saying. England, Oxford, Andover, Hampshire, England, Blackpool, UK, the North, Lancashire, Raxacorico Falpatoris. Nice. It's nice to know I have such a big fan base on Raxacorico Falpatoris. It's a nice feeling. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Castamers. It's done. Mike Hawke is the official name of my Cyberman. Are you happy about that? I didn't think you were. Oh my god, Phil! Wait! Phil's just done it! He's done it! He's taken it! He's taken it! It's now, wait, what was your, was it Dennis? Was it Dennis? And just at the last moment, choose your own name. Oh! Wait, no, it does count, because I said it does. I make the rules. Choose my own name. I don't know. Phil, no. What was the name you suggested, Phil? We'll go with whatever you suggested. Was it Dennis? No, it's valid. I said it was valid. I make the rules. This isn't a democracy. Wait, what was it? Dennis was what you called it, Philip? We'll call it Dennis. Dennis the Sideman. I'm more happy with that. To be fair, he did donate it on 4 o'clock, so technically, it does enter into the catchment. So, sorry, Adzenko.
Stop.
Well, I'm gonna end the stream. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye, everyone.